Okay, today I'd like to talk about creating a new character for your graphic novel, illustration, animation, and about how to conceive and develop your main or some of the characters that you'll use more often in your illustrated and graphic storytelling. Before you get started drawing, I highly recommend that you do a character sketch. You have your character name in mind, personality type, history, some of their defining characteristics, some of the phrases they like to use, things they like to do, food they like to eat, their mood, their overall mood. Are they happy, down, uptight, adventurous? Have a good sense of that character in mind before you start drawing. And you don't need to worry so much about what they look like before you start drawing, but when you sit down to draw one picture of them each day and then put that picture away and forget about it. Don't look at it till we're at the second stage here. Okay, so first day I sit down and I have a character in mind, and I just think about some of the things that will define what she looks like. And I have a sense for her body type, the fact that she wears glasses. I want her to be somewhat uptight, clinical, and I know the time period she lives in. This is back in 1965. Have an idea about how she wears her hair, words that describe her face shape. And also I highly recommend that you practice life drawing and how to draw people. You can find videos on how to do this on my channel page, Draw Tips, YouTube. And when you have a good sense about, head structure and face structure, then you can start breaking the rules and start doing the silly putty on the face and stretching it and distorting it. As you notice here, her eyes are seriously out of perspective. You think of these different distortions. The distortions I've chosen, I want her eyes to be prominent, so I've gone ahead and lifted them up and made them larger, and I want her to have a real skinny, angular face, real pointy. I want her to, so her pointiness is going to kind of all go to her chin. You really want to kind of relax and not worry about making mistakes when you're conceiving a character, because you want to have the freedom to distort, and so it's kind of like purposefully making mistakes. If you do a drawing and it doesn't look right, throw it out. Just spend a minute on it. Try some different things. And so on the first day, I have my first drawing. I sat down, I thought about what the character's like, drew it out, and then I put it in a drawer I'm not going to look at it. A day went by. I'm going to sit down and I again think of the same character traits that I thought of when I did the first drawing, and I'm not looking at the first drawing, and this is what I come up with. I go ahead and think of what I want that character to look like, the way she wears her hair, overall head structure, body type. The most obvious thing is the fact that she wears glasses, and so I'm basically, through the concept drawing, without looking at the previous drawing, I'm going to work out the same character that I tried to work out before, free of influences. And then when I'm done with the drawing, go ahead and put that away and don't look at it again, and don't look at the first one. Each day I do the same thing. Usually in the morning I'll just sit down and I'll draw only one. And then the good thing about it being only one is you want to really be relaxed and not worry about making mistakes, because it's purposefully making mistakes to create a character, distorting perspective and trying new things and not knowing if they're going to work, and usually finding things that don't work. And all your only goal is to produce one drawing of that character, and the only thing that needs to be right, or the only thing that needs to prove whether or not that drawing is working is if it conveys the character type you've already decided that character is going to be. So something about her that kind of conveys her personality, in this case her clinical pointed nature. And on the next day after, and each time I take the drawing, I don't look at the previous drawings. Each day I have a clean slate and I sit down to the same task, free of influences from the previous day. So that's another day, and I put that, when I'm done with the drawing, I put it away. I don't do any more drawing on that character for the rest of the day. And the next day, I do the drawing, I finish the drawing, and then I put it away, don't look at it. Now, it's really helpful. It's wonderful that artists these days can Google image and get lots of images to work from, but there is a great potential to discover originality if then you leave all influences behind and go ahead. It's just you and your notebook and a pencil, and you're only going to do one drawing, and it's good to have in memory pictures that you might have found that convey that character, but to be able to then not look at them, not copy from them, and let them influence you in just your memory. And you're not trying to redraw a photograph here. You're trying to come up with a character, and you can find some really interesting. Just in this drawing, notice the eyebrows. Just by being free of all other influences, and it's just you and the paper, you're going to make some discoveries. And in this case, I'm pretty happy about the way that eyebrows are, the way they visually counter-react with these crazy glasses. So, that's one picture one day, and then here's the next day, and that's the last one I'm going to do for this character. Okay, it's a new day. We can go ahead and take all the pictures out of the folder or wherever you've been keeping them, out of sight, out of mind. It's been about a week, and I can go ahead and take all the drawings out and put them where I can see them all at once. And now I think you can tell that a very distinct personality is emerging, and I have a chance to do overview, to look and have a final decision about the features that I want this character to have. So if you want to find out which of these drawings is going to most influence the character, you can always go, that website there is for the story Terrible Immunity that I'm working on. You can go there and see animation of that story. So as you can see, it's really helpful to draw without looking at the other drawings you have made of the character you're developing, and then when you're ready to make your final decision, then you put them all together and you can get then the picture becomes really clear, and you have a lot of choices, you have a lot of material to work with as far as what features you want to use to draw this character. I hope that was helpful, and if you have any comments, please leave them below. Also, please hit the like button and subscribe. Have a good day.